Here we go. All right. Let's get moving. Is that? Oh, I think it does. Okay, I think it should be able to capture that. That's good. I'm gonna go with. Oops. Oh shoot! I forgot to fetch. I was gonna put biome size as small because that'll help me get the cactus green and any brown dye that I need. So, oh, perfect though. This is a good spawn. Yep, okay, we already got cactus. Perfect. This is really a good spawn. Alright. 16. Hardest one depends where you spawn. Usually it's cactus or brown. This time it'll probably be brown, maybe lapis. First obstacle usually is getting bone meal. That can be hard right out of the gates. Oh, and perfect. We got a little area right here. I wonder if this will give me anything. Maybe not. Man, my computer is not built for doing this, but we're gonna make it work. I'm gonna need a lot of, oh, the only thing I just realized that is slightly difficult about savanna biomes is that there's not necessarily going to be a ton of sheep around, so I will need to be on the lookout for those. Let's do one of those. Okay. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna want to get iron pretty quickly, because that can help out with. I feel like in this instance, especially here, shearing is going to be way better than just straight up killing the sheep. So I'm going to want to get iron fairly quickly. Okay, we got chickens over here. And I don't see any roses yet either. So this might be a little bit harder than I thought. We're gonna make it work. Where did I put my stuff? There it is. Ran through this last night and I, did not, what do we want to do here? That I did not build like any sort of house or protection, so I got killed by a creeper after I'd gotten like 15 out of 16 of them. So might want to think about building a little something. Yeah. So I'm thinking that temple over there might have some stuff, but who knows? Yeah, this is a big biome. I really should have messed around with the biome sizes. What the? Okay. That was honestly kind of scary. That, how do I get out of here? Oh, duh. Having that little block land on the pressure plate. I think it was right over here. Alright, we should definitely build a little something so I don't keep on getting lost, because this is getting embarrassing. Here we go. Alright, that is all great. Oh my gosh, that's actually huge. I just realized that got me bone meal. That is... Holy shit, I did not realize that. That is actually insane. That is tremendous. Okay, so we have, so far we have yellow and cat. Of course, the goal here isn't necessarily to get the dyes, it's to get the, what's the word? The beds. So, it's not, I mean, obviously, still great to have those, but really want to get that wool. All right. So let's see here. Thinking if there's any sheep, it's going to be in this direction right here because that's where there's more of a. I mean, I think sheep in savanna biomes is not impossible, but I should though, instead of just running out, I'm going to build a bunch of fences so that if I can get out to the, to the sheep, I will have, you know, something to do there. So let's start with that. Oh my goodness, yeah, there's, my computer is not built for this. Okay, we're gonna get through this though. Oh my gosh, perfect. We need that. I am gonna need food. So maybe, well, there's those chickens over there. I could go get food there. Iron right now would be pretty huge. Obviously, finding a sheep would be huge. The bone meal, though, that was probably the biggest find so far because that means now that, oh crap, the sun is setting. I have to eat this. Bone meal means we don't have to go kill skeletons and risk that. Okay, here we go. Here's some red. Perfect. I don't see any sheep. Oh, that was dumb. Want to be careful of that creeper over there. Okay, he's coming over. There we go. Oh, yeah, bro. My frame rate is absolutely killing me right now. and roll with this for the time being. Haven't made nearly as much progress as I would like, but we'll get there. It actually, since I already have cactus, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just ditch this place and go find. I say that as I'm like building my house. Matter of fact, let's do that. It wouldn't be a bad idea to just ditch this place and go find somewhere else because I have, it looks like just enough stuff that I don't have to drop anything off. Well, yeah, we could do that, and then do I hear something? Yeah, we're good. Well, I would want these for the road. Oh, and actually, I would want to make that, yeah. So I'd say let's just start going this way since there's a river over there. And, oh, that's not good. Huh. Oops. All right. There we go. Wow. Let's just catch this river, see where it goes. Alright, and hopefully, oh, please don't tell me this is a dead end. No, it's not. Okay. Hopefully we can find somewhere else. I mean, right now, any other biome would be preferable. Because it will probably have sheep. And then once we can find sheep, I mean, then we're in business. But I guess the next big thing would be to find iron, because that helps us get shears, and that makes the whole sheep thing a little bit easier. We can get more out of every sheep. I want to go to the left here. I'm sure this eventually spills out into an ocean somewhere, so. Alright, let's go back where we came. Oh, you know what? Nobody's around. That is helpful. Is this the way I... Yeah, this is just the way I came. Okay, got black, ink, so that's good. And then we have bone meal, so we can turn that into gray, and I think light gray as well. Not 100% sure, though, how all that works. A lot of times I get light gray. Shoot, what are we doing here? Let's go back to the other dead end, pick the boat up, and run. There we go. Why am I not? There we go. That's the ocean out there, but I don't know if this is going to be able to get through the channel. Oh, well. Yeah, we're good. Alright, we're home free. Okay. So let's go find what's going on over here. Come on, guys. Let's go find something. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go find something else. Sun's coming up, so that's good. Bet by the time we hit land, it'll be bright enough to walk out and not get hurt. Here, we're hitting land. Are we? Yeah. That looks like another desert. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute though, those are birch trees, so this is definitely going to be a different biome around the corner. Perfect. Okay. Just running new. Nice, nice. Back up a bit. So we're not in view of anybody. And then we're gonna sail on in once they start burning up. And I see a sheep already, so we're in business. I did make fences, so those are good. That's how we're gonna get the sheep and corral them. Okay, that guy despawned. Once that guy over there burns up, then we will head on in. Alright. So we want, I don't want to do this. Do that one like that, and then please go back there. There we go. Okay, we got those two. Perfect. There's more stuff over there that is useful. Let's put our, oh my gosh, two little areas. I wonder if there's any iron in there. Probably not. Let's put our stuff down. First things first. Okay, amazing. So we have that, and that already. And the black dye. We're gonna need that. And I'm gonna go pick up this pink dye over here. Let's see what else is there. Sugar canes. Small cave there. Okay, pretty standard stuff. Bro, what? There we go. Trying to see if there's any little caves. Sound make it just slightly easier to get into iron. Oh, there's something. Not a cave, but that is, there's like a color in between pink and purple. I can't remember if it's called fuchsia or, that is fuchsia, or pink. I had the other color that I'm thinking of back at my little spot. Okay. This is a weird run. I've gotten so many of the dyes, just none of the wool. Last time it was quite a bit different. But the good thing is, I mean, once you get cactus is really a difficult one, and then if you can get cactus helps you get. I mean, that helps. You need cactus to get lime, and I think you needed to get cyan. I mean, I'm sure there's other ways to get it. I just magenta. That's what it is. So we got those now. So I'd say pretty much let's just kind of just check out this area. Do like this. Just until we get iron, and we just need to. Although, I mean, more iron is always better because we can get, you know, armor, stuff like that. And then it also wouldn't really be too bad if we got some coal down here as well. And eventually we are going to need lapis, which is pretty... That one is maybe going to be on the more difficult side. There it is. Right, it's my pickaxe broke. This is going to start to really help us make some progress. Like that. There we go. Alright. You. Oops. Okay, 5. 5 is actually really good because that's a pickaxe and a shear, so that's good. So let's get to work on that. We're gonna need a ton of. Oh my goodness, this is going pretty slow. All right. Actually, wouldn't be a bad idea to get more wood right now. Perfect. Lasted me just long enough. Okay. One black. Come on. 3 white. First bed down. Let's build them along here. That'll be nice. I want a shuttle. Noticed at least a couple times that would be helpful. Oh my goodness. This is like, I'm not usually like this. The frame rate is just really weird. And by weird, I mean slow. Um. All right, pink dye. You well, once you grow your. Oh, you dropped more than one. Yeah, there's more around here. Let's go find them. Let's build more of these though. Maybe even more. There you are. There's one. There we go. Alright, you will be pink. Alright, we got a pink bed. Let's go. Two down, 14 to go. Now when it gets late, we will have a place to stay. For the meantime, we need... You know what? I said... no, we actually do need that to be a pickaxe, though. I was going to say, maybe I should make an axe, but I will eventually need the iron pickaxe to get the lapis, so I will have to keep it as that for now. Just gonna wait until I can finally do that. Alright. None of you guys are regrowing your wool, so that makes it a little bit difficult. Alright, this is killing me. I'm gonna have to turn that down a little bit and probably go like that. I guess we could. I mean, it's hard to build this out a little bit more because we are going to need to eventually be pretty deep down here to get to lapis. And now that we have cactus, lapis is actually sort of the constraining factor for a few of these. We're going to need it for obviously blue, and then light blue, and then cyan. Okay, this is good. Here's a cave. Ooh, mine shaft. This could definitely have some sauce in it. I got a little bit of iron. So I might want to make a sword or something. Alright, you guys got your fur back. Or one of you does. You're still black. So we need magenta and lime will be the next ones we do. Okay, got two, so we'll wait for you. One. That's kind of crazy. Okay, thank you. It's like they heard me. Okay. There we go. Now we have enough for a black bed. Oh my goodness, this is atrocious. And a magenta bed. Alright, 4 down. Is that 12 to go? Would be kind of nice to just clear out the area a little bit and get rid of some of these trees. Oh, I know what I should do. This is definitely what I should do. We need a shield if we're going to be down in the mines. That would always be a good idea. If I can find lapis down here, that would be amazing. Let's see here. Iron is good. I don't know why I'm picking that up. I don't need that right now. Okay. Probably going to want to go down there because it's going to be better to be lower to get to the lapis. But I also want to play this a little safe, so maybe I should go back up with the iron that I have and then maybe make some armor before I start descending. Because this is hardcore, so we can't be quite too aggressive. That's very tempting. With 17, I think I'm going to do it. I wonder if I have enough to make a full set. I know 24 is the magic number there. Okay. I don't know. Well, I don't know how much I have back here. So, you can be a different color. I need you more, though. I need more lime. Wait, how much do I have here? Okay. So we can go... Oops. We got lime. And then, let's do... Oh, I forgot to do, orange. So then you over here can be orange. Okay, yeah. We don't have quite enough for a whole set. We're gonna be like 3 short. So do everything but the boots. So I got lime. I need cactus green. I already have pink and magenta. I'm gonna need a yellow one. We already have black. So speaking of yellow. These guys are killing me. One at a time. Just slowly getting there. So I need a green, a red. Probably shouldn't face this way. I will eventually just need a white sheep, so maybe we can actually just go do that right now. Look for a white sheep. Also, worth looking for would be a brown sheep, because brown sheep can naturally spawn, and not pretty rare. Not the rarest, but they are somewhat rare, and brown dye comes from cocoa beans, which are only in jungle biomes. So that's going to be on the harder end of dyes to get. So it might, depending on how lucky I get in either direction, either exploring or right in here with the sheep, it might be easier to do the brown. Okay, you're ready now. Let's do red. That's 3. Alright. And then I saw the orange one's ready too. Nice, nice, nice. We're getting... See, now it's cooking. Now we're... Ever since my run last night where I got blown up, I'm looking at a little bit. Alright, what's that? 7? 7 out of 16. We're getting there for sure. The lapis would really help push us over the edge at the moment. Now, do I have... Oh, I can do the grays. Now we have enough for yellow, so... Okay, one of them just got his wool back. Gray and light gray is what we're going to be probably aiming for next. You will be dark gray. Alright. And then whoever grows their wool back out of you guys will be light gray. In the meantime, I thought for sure there were a bunch more sheep in this area, but maybe they all scattered off. That's what I would say. In the meantime, just finding some, because I do need a white bed, so let's not trip over the finish line. Let's remember to get that. But yeah, if I found a brown sheep, that would be really, really something. Because otherwise, and this is not a very elegant solution, but I think we'll just do what we did outside of the acacia biome and just pick up everything and move. Here we go, here's some guys. So there's light gray. The other plus about getting a bunch of white wool is then you can fairly easily just convert that into whatever color you want. So I didn't even need that for the light gray. I already have orange, I already have black. Oops. So as a matter of fact, it would be probably a good idea to get... Oh, I already had a white bed. I did not know that. Huh. Okay, well, we got light gray. We got gray. Is there any other colors in here that we have not used yet? Cactus we haven't used. We used black, we used magenta, pink, lime, orange. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 10? Yeah, it's 10. So we have 6 left. So, yes. So what? We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 5. So it's blue, light blue, cyan, brown, and what else am I missing? Blue, light blue, cyan, brown. Purple, purple, yes. That makes sense. And literally all of those except for brown we could find if we found lapis lazuli. So let's go do that. Oh, maybe it would be smart to have some more torches on me. Go do that. Alrighty. Getting lapis would really be Next big step here. Not really sure at exactly what level we can find lapis. And I don't really want to look it up because I want to do kind of a more, just off the top of my head, off of my own knowledge kind of run. Why don't we just do this? Why don't we just break all that down and then go like, might be a good idea to use this instead so we don't, well, if we have enough, and we will, yeah, we'll have enough iron anyway. I'm sure if we are deep enough to get diamonds, we're deep enough to get lapis. And I know the diamond level is 5 to 12. Oh, hello. Okay, wait for around the corner. Oh, I'm gonna have to consider the frame rate. Be really careful. Oh. Okay. Oh, there's a skeleton down there. That's funny. Okay, I had seeds. Guess that's useful. It's actually not useful at all. Whoops. This is where I'm going to be interested. It's a conceivable plan to get down here. Let's do like that, and then there we go. Okay, lava. Nothing. Alright. So it looks like there's a little cave running down there below where I am. Okay. Here's what I would say right now. I'm going to do that. Oh, I didn't bring any food. That was a rookie mistake. There is iron over there. Forgot to mention this at the start. Here's one little thing about this challenge. If you found a shepherd villager, you could trade with them and get any dyed wool you want. And I have not found a shepherd villager yet, but I will not allow myself to do that, because that, I feel like, takes away from how, like, you know, for a lot of these wolves, I mean, you have to do something different to get all of them. So I feel like it takes away from sort of that, the diversity of gameplay that's required in getting all of the wolves. So that, okay, here we go. Yeah, so I will not be doing that if I run into that opportunity. Alright, I will need more of you. But in the meantime, let's get going. Really, just looking for lapis. I feel like at this depth it's got to be down here. Yeah, I mean, if we're deep enough for gold and redstone. Hmm. Oh, there it is. Perfect. And because of how much it drops, you barely need any of these. Yeah, 11's plenty. Alright, let's get it back. Amazing. So now I think when we get back up, the game plan is going to be look around for a brown sheep for a little bit. And then if I can't find one, then start looking for a jungle biome. And that could take quite a long time. So this challenge does have a little bit of a slow end game. Surprise how long that took, but we'll get there. Like I said, I ran this, did a little dry run of this last night, and I got to 15. The only one I was missing was Brown, and then I died from a creeper explosion, just in broad daylight. It wasn't even like, speaking of broad daylight, it is nighttime right now. So I should be extra careful when I surface. Just want to make sure there's nobody coming through the... Okay. Here's what we need. We need one of you, and one of you. Now, dump this in there. Get rid of that, move you. You will be light blue. And you will be giving me a pain in the ass. Okay. You will be cyan. You will be purple. And there's one of you up here. Well, you will give me some white wool so that I can make another bed and make it blue. Okay. Never mind, I already had a bed. Just being extra careful here. Alright, light blue. Done. Purple. Done. Blue. Done. Yeah, let's get some dirt. Oh my goodness, that was horrible. Okay, we're just waiting on the cyan sheep, I think. So, because we already have light, I can just do this then. 2. I mean, I guess I have enough to do that, but at this point, you know, why not just wait? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of 16. We know which two we need. We just need cyan and brown. I honestly do think we could get a brown sheep somewhere. I'm sure we could find one. But if not, I'll pack up. There are some piggies. I need some food. You're also a source of food. Hello, walking pork chops. I think a way to maybe spice up this challenge would be to do it all in a, you can customize your world and make it all one biome. Do it in a world that's just a mesa biome. Um, and that way, what's the word? What am I trying to say? Oh yeah, duh. Mesa biomes, or sometimes they're called badland biomes, don't have. I don't know if they have zero like friendly animals or if they just barely have any. Um, but yeah, that makes basically it would be a lot more difficult to find these guys, and then it doesn't have vegetation, so it's not have flowers. Because a plains area like this is honestly the easiest one, because that's where you get pink. You get pink, magenta, you get all that stuff without even really trying. Um, Whereas I think in other areas, you know, you need red, yellow, and blue, obviously, are your three main groups, and then out of that, you get everything else. So now is the time. I would say let's go look for a brown sheep. And if we can't find one in a somewhat reasonable amount of time, then we should set sail for a jungle biome. Again, they're not. I mean, they are pretty much the rarest kind of. Oops. They're not the rarest sheep. Pink sheep are the rarest, but they're the rarest that, I mean, you would realistically ever find. You know what I mean? Okay, that was a mistake. I should have taken note of my home coordinates. I don't think cocoa beans are anything you can find in. Well, maybe you can find them in chests. I don't know for sure. Whoop. Hmm. That's so crazy that I was this close to this whole time and I didn't notice it. Huge ravine right there. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably a good idea to just go ahead and travel out to get it. Um, that being said, we could just make a white bed right now, and then we will be ready when we need it. I just, well, I guess I don't need that actually. Yeah, I say leave that behind and then sail out and go find a jungle biome. And then you guys can be free, and I will probably want these anyway. Actually, no, I won't because I don't need these anymore. So you guys can just be free. So this next part could take a while, but I think it's probably the smartest choice. I mean, it doesn't seem like, I don't know. It seems kind of far fetched to be like, oh, there's got to be one, a brown sheep nearby. I mean, unless I found an area that just had a stupidly high concentration of sheep, I don't know that I would necessarily just assume there was a brown sheep nearby. So I think for that reason, it's probably everything I need. Yeah. I guess maybe one. No, one emerald's not really gonna do you much good. All right. Start moving out this way. Basically, just keep on going until I find a jungle biome, and then, or I mean, obviously, if I find a brown sheep from, see it on the coastline, that's never bad. So maybe actually that's a strategy. Maybe I should hug the coastline a little bit instead of just going out to the middle of the ocean. Problem is that brown sheep they're low-key gonna blend into the hillside. More desert island stuff. Hopefully that's not what I'm getting into. Because we do not want that. Yeah, it could genuinely take like forever to find it. Jungle biome. But once we find one, nice thing about jungle biomes is that you're not gonna necessarily miss it. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't know. That's really good with any biome. They're all pretty distinct, but jungle biomes especially, you can spot them from a ways away, and they're pretty big too. So. Oh my gosh, perfect. Wow, that sweet. Okay, cocoa beans. Just need there's one. And there's a sheep. Don't even need a sheep anymore though. Hey, come on. Alright. There it is. Let's display all of them right here. Brown. Oops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm actually kind of surprised I did it. Like, not that I did it at all, but that felt kind of quick. That was an hour and 20 minutes. It's not really that fast, but there it is. Got all 16. Yeah. Sweet. Let me. That's pretty sick. That's a good screenshot. How do I screenshot on this? Is it F2? There it is, yeah. Damn. So that's that. Yeah, I think a fun little maybe added challenge would be to try to do some different biomes. I was actually at the very beginning. I was gonna try and make it what's the word? Small biomes, so that it would be easier to, like, there'd be more of every biome, or they would be like right next to each other, so it would be easier to find stuff. But even with regular sized biomes, that was doable. I think Mesa would be a cool, because I don't even know how you would get some of these in Mesa. I wonder if it would be possible in a Mesa biome. I mean, I can imagine you. I'm sure they have to have some sheep. So I would imagine you'd be able to get wool in the first place. So if they have sheep, in theory that means you can get white, pink, gray, dark gray, and brown, guaranteed, and black. Obviously, pink being extremely difficult and brown being difficult. So actually, I was going to say, how would you even get brown? But you can get brown in a Mesa. You just have to find a brown sheep if they have sheep. And if they have any sheep, they would have brown sheep. So if you can get all those, I know you can get black and the grays for sure because they have squids in Mesa biomes. Every generation has lapis. You can always get lapis. Mesa biomes do have plenty of cacti, so you can get cactus. You can always get white because every biome has skeletons. You can get cactus, white, lime, cyan, and then blue and light blue. You can knock all of those out. It's probably going to have... The thing I don't know is, how do you get pink and magenta? Pink obviously is white and red. I think magenta might be something with purple. If you don't have, the flowers, like lilacs. Because you can get magentas from lilacs. So, if there's no lilacs, though, which I don't think in a Mesa biome there's going to be lilacs. But yeah, that would be an even longer challenge. And that might be pretty fun to see if that works. I might almost just want to run through that in creative. Just to make sure, But yeah, thanks everybody who stopped by. I might be doing more of these. Who knows? Actually, starting tomorrow, I'm going to be really busy for like a month and a half. So I don't know if I will. But maybe after the fact. Who knows? Again, thank you everybody who stopped by. See y'all later.